What's up, Jabronis? Welcome to a very special NBA Playoffs preview edition of Jabroni Sports. We don't quite have the full house today. We're short of Silky. Shout out to Silky. Hope you're doing okay driving in this mid-April blizzard here in the wonderful state of Wisconsin. I am your host, AJ Firstenow. My Twitter handle is @AJ joined as always by Gonzo.
What up? I'm at Gonzo1323. Holla at your boy.
And Trey.
What's up? At Trey Montuano.
And
Tell him how to spell that.
TreMantuano.
And produced today by the one, the only, G-Baby LaFleur, Johnny Montuano.
What's up?
How's it going, guys?
What up?
All right.
I don't know. It's fucking, we're trapped in a blizzard, so there's NBA.
Yeah, that part's not great.
The people listening should be appreciative that we're even doing this fucking podcast.
That is true. We had to overcome some obstacles. Your windshield wipers got all fucked up.
Windshield wipers fixed. It's tough out
Oh my
there.
god, that was like 5 F words in
Yeah, no, I know.
45 seconds.
But that's how I feel about this weather.
Well, I know, but the weather, though. I mean,
I do feel that way about this weather. But we're here.
True.
We got it together. We managed to make it here in one piece.
By the way,
I'm blessed. I'm breathing.
our Twitter account, Jabroni Sports PC.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
At Jabroni Sports
PC,
PC.
because we don't swear. We don't talk anything.
We are
towards us.
very
Or
politically
it's their
correct.
podcast.
That's also,
And
but
we're-
I think
we're
it's just because
PC.
we're so politically correct.
Also, Facebook, YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe, comments. Any comments that you make will be read on the show. Ask us questions.
And smash that motherfucker.
And most importantly, smash that like button.
Smash that motherfucking like button. All right, boys. So, here we are. Today is Sunday of the NBA playoffs, so we've had a day of game ones under our belts.
Yeah.
Honestly, yesterday, kind of a like mediocre slate of games, if I can be totally real.
That late game was fun.
The nightcap was great, but I think a lot of people were probably asleep by the time that one got spicy.
Well, you should stay up later. It's
That's
Saturday
right.
night,
Be a night owl.
Fucking assholes.
But yeah, yesterday kind of a disappointing slate of games. So far today, we got off to a pretty. I don't want to say it was a good start necessarily, but it was a more entertaining game with the Boston Celtics beating the Bucks in overtime to start off today. But let's kind of dive into some of these playoff matchups, starting with the ones that took place yesterday.
Let's do it.
Just to get things rolling right away, then let's start first game first. Golden State made what looked like light work of San Antonio in the opener.
I tried to watch that game, and eventually, like, midway through the first, I was like, this is pretty much over. But
Yeah, San
it's fun
Antonio.
to see Golden State turn it on, and JaVale McGee, shouts out to my boy JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee!
Out there killing it yesterday.
With the gold grill as well. JaVale had the gold grill rocket
instead of
yesterday.
a mouth guard.
Yeah, that was, gold grill JaVale is like Hoodie Mello, apparently. Like, he's a superstar.
San Antonio's not very fun to watch without Kawhi. It's a rough watch.
Yeah, I don't know how, the problem was, because I was looking and I'm like, at halftime, it was like it's not even like they're like missing good looks. They just weren't getting good looks. Like, they can't do anything to get easy offense against the Warriors. Like,
Nothing easy.
Nothing easy.
there wasn't. And then for the Warriors, conversely, on the other end, there's so many possessions where it's just it's a quick one screen, it's a quick hook action, it's a quick ISO. It's just like they just do like one action and then they get a good look. And the the Spurs are over there grinding out like 18 seconds to get like a contested 22-footer by Rudy Gay.
Ugh.
It was just night and day watching those two teams like work. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't see a reason to think San Antonio can do much in this series besides maybe steal a game.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
I think that's a sweep.
Yeah.
I think it's a sweep, too.
Yeah,
Klay Thompson got teed up.
Klay Thompson actually.
Klay Thompson was
Light
pissed.
skin toughness.
Yeah, which is weird because usually Klay doesn't look like he's aware that there's a game going on, but he managed to get teed up, which was pretty incredible. It feels like a game one overreaction. Like, based on game one, that's what it is. But like, it's kind of what I expected going into the series. So it seemed more like confirmation than like a surprise.
It was more sad than anything that you're just like, oh, this is going to be a series.
Watch now, Pop will take it 7 games.
That'd be cool. I just don't see how you get to that other than if LaMarcus Aldridge is going to have to average like 40 and 25.
Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge back downs on every possession.
Right, it's going to have to be like facing double teams and just shooting over them. Like, I'm not sure how you get there. Tony Parker and Manu have to turn back the clock. There's so many ifs that you need for San Antonio to make it a series. And for Golden State, the only thing is, if Golden State plays about as well as they are, then they win every game. Like, there's not like, you don't need these like crazy things to happen. You just need them to basically be the team that they are.
And it's good for San Antonio just to get in the playoffs to keep that streak going that they had going.
Oh, yeah.
20 years in a row, I think it was, in the playoffs.
Gave a shit about that.
Yeah, but I mean, without Kawhi, with Kawhi out for 65 games this year, it's pretty impressive.
It is an accomplishment, but yeah.
Did you see the press conference with Pop? Did anybody else see that?
The post game one? Yeah, it was a little prickly. It was a little prickly.
It was funny. I think it was funny.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody asked me something. What did they pay you guys for? He's like, all right, we're good. And
yeah.
Walked out.
Yeah, Pop's relationship with the media is I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like he just shits on people and like it's unnecessary to an extent, though. Honestly, like sometimes it is just people trying to do their job and like he just fucking like berates them. But I get it, and like we enjoy it to an extent for sure. Like we kind of like play into it, I think. But it's given Pop like immunity from actually ever having to answer basketball questions. Yeah. Like the only time Pop ever gives you a real answer now is if you ask him about like the French elections or like about racism in America. But like
politics.
For being such a smart basketball mind, I don't remember the last time Pop said anything interesting about basketball.
But I mean, who can really question Pop?
I mean, but do reporters, like, why, so we can't ask any coaches questions then? Because I would assume most reporters don't know as much as most coaches.
No, but I'm just saying, as far as, like, how do I put this? If, I don't know how to explain this. No.
Russell Westbrook's really bad with the media, too.
Terrible.
Like, awful.
Terrible. Very confrontational. Very combative. Like, yeah, very, very much so, I think. But like I said, I mean, we give those guys a pass because the media, fuck those guys. Like it's to an extent sometimes, yeah.
But think about how. All right, here's the point I was trying to make. Like, there's a lot of bullshit questions where reporters question Pop, like, "Oh, should you have done that?" Like, what? Yeah, like I think you can't question his like decision making because everyone's gonna make fucked up things. I don't know. I would have too much respect if I was a reporter working around Pop. I would pick my battles.
I think what AJ is saying is at some point they asked him questions. Now they don't even try anymore. Like they don't. It's just pointless.
You're scared to ask him questions.
And it's kind of became like a joke.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Thanks, Pop," and they're like, "Back to you guys." And I was like, "Why do you even interview him then?"
Yep, because it's okay now.
He has to.
Right, but it's
because it's funny. I think is why. But.
Yeah, because it's the Pop thing. Like, Pop shits on you, or he gives you a one-word answer, and like, ha ha ha, and then like everyone like it moves on. But, like, if Eric Spoelstra did that, they'd be like, oh, Spoelstra's an asshole. You know, like, I just think it's a double standard. I don't think if any other coach did that, it would be okay. I can't imagine, like, Steve Kerr doing that.
I mean, let's be honest. Those interviews at the end of the first quarter and at the end of the third quarter.
I don't need them. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is Trey's saying a post-game press conference, which is one of the staples of writing. Like, that's where you get your quotes. That's where you have things to talk about in a playoff series. Like, that's the most, like, the first and third quarter interviews, they could get rid of tomorrow and I wouldn't give a shit. But, like, I'm talking about, like post, like, this is part of the job. Like, when you take an NBA head coaching job, post-game press conferences are part of your responsibilities. That's not, like, a thing you could just be like, oh, fuck that. Like, that should be, like, to me, like, almost like a finable offense. If you go in and you're that combative and you, like, won't answer any questions and you don't give anybody anything and, you know.
See, but I thought that this one was funny because nobody even tried to ask him. There was one question, and then he was like, come on.
Yep.
And nobody even tried. Yeah. I would have been that guy that's like
shot your shot.
Rifling questions, even if they're stupid. Yep. You're gonna answer me, Pop. Damn it.
So, Pop, Rudy Gay, what's up with that? He was good, now he's not good. What's happening with that?
He plays for our basketball team.
Yep. Like, all right, fair enough. Good answer.
It was like the Eli Manning one from the NFL this past NFL season when he walked into the press conference and nobody was there.
Wasn't there one guy?
There was one guy there, and then he's like, "All right," and he just walked back out.
Oh shucks!
Like poor Eli.
Oh jeez.
He was nice enough to go though.
Yeah, that's Eli Manning's like career. He's a nice enough guy.
He walked in and he was like thinking about walking back out, and he's like, "I'll sit down," and then he's like, "I'm gonna leave."
It's like, I'm sorry, my bad. But yeah, I mean, aside from Pop's probably increasingly terse interviews in this series, I don't think there's much else to watch for.
Yeah, next series.
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, next series. The second game yesterday. Oh my God, the Toronto Raptors won a game one. Look at that,
right.
They did it. The Raptors won game one, 114-106 against the Wizards, in what was a pretty competitive game. That game was pretty entertaining as well.
Good game.
Yeah, it was a very good game. Did you guys see anything in that to indicate that there might be a series here?
I'm with you. I think you're going to say the same thing as
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
I was busy.
Yeah, it was like Raptors, Wizards during the day. I'm going to do some other stuff.
Yeah, no, that's
some
fair.
Other stuff to take care of.
Pretty loaded slate of basketball the first weekend. But
I also don't know how much that series matters.
It
mattered.
That could be that could be a decent series.
No, but I'm saying either one of those teams, do they matter?
Yeah, the Raptors are first.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I don't care.
Well, I still think the Cavs are going to beat them, but it's an important series because I think the Wizards are going to be close. They were close last game, and I think the Wizards are going to take them to at least
6 or 7.
Either team is going to get stepped on by the Cavs, though. So.
What?
Either team is going to get stepped on by the Cavs. So.
Yeah.
I don't know about stepped on.
I don't actually know about that. That's what I was going to say.
I don't know about stepped on.
Yeah.
I mean, Indiana's up 13 on Cleveland right now with 5:50 to go in that game one.
Yeah, they got this.
So,
Cavs got this.
The Cavs, I don't really know.
5 minutes left.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that series, but I want to talk about Toronto and Washington right now. Here's is John Wall? Can you matter if John Wall's your best player?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good can you be?
You can win it.
You can win a title?
Yeah.
I disagree.
I think John Wall's a hell of a player, but I don't think he's a top 10 player. I mean, name 10 players.
No, don't start that.
I don't want to do that.
But I don't I don't care about top whatever. To me, can you win a title with John Wall as the best player on your team is where I'm, because I used to think the answer was yes, but I don't know that that's true anymore.
I think if you have enough around him, you could.
I think you have to have a third piece that's a lot more compelling than anything they have.
So that you have Wall, Porter, and you have Beal. Porter's probably the third wheel there.
Yeah, and is Porter that good?
He's pretty good.
What about Marcin?
I know, but the gap.
Marcin's.
I'm not saying that it's I'm not. He is the third. But I'm not saying that it has to that it has to be somebody it's going to be somebody that's almost as good as John Wall and could eclipse John Wall is the way I look at it. Is the kind of guy that you need to be there. I don't think Otto Porter is ever going to eclipse John Wall.
Sure.
So the margin between the first, second, and third best player on that team, John Wall being the first, has to be a very small gap.
Yeah.
Of this guy's almost better than John Wall.
Yeah.
And they're not there right now. So, I mean, if they want to get there, they obviously need another player, and I don't think they're.
I think Bradley Beal was really, really fantastic in John Wall's absence.
Yeah,
he was definitely.
I was gonna say, so that's why I'm a little bit on the maybe no, because Bradley Beal's really really close to being as good as John Wall. There's not much of a drop off at all. So you're gonna have to have a third guy that's basically just as good as they are, and then they suddenly are a title contender. I get that.
Team around him and a coach, and I don't think.
I think if you have
seems like a lot of what ifs.
Who would be that third guy though? Let's just throw somebody in there because I think you could build that team and all of a sudden they're a contender.
That's what I'm asking you, because I think the answer is no. So I guess I'm asking you that question.
I'm trying to think of somebody that I'd put in that position.
Because I don't think there is a person.
Yeah.
What about?
Do they have money in free agency? Is this just
John
they
Wall,
have no money?
John Wall
they don't have a good pick. They're just
John Wall's
they're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that
we
could
can
have a future. I'm just saying if they got a third superstar, I think they could matter.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking I'm not asking will they matter, because the answer is probably no. But I'm asking we're doing the hypothetical John Wall that's what more what I'm interested because John Wall he's not necessarily locked into Washington, because if Washington thinks that situation's not going anywhere, he can get traded. That's the NBA. So John Wall can for sure I don't see him playing out this contract with Washington, honestly.
When's it up?
What's up?
When is it up?
4 years from now.
Okay.
I don't think that you can win a title with John Wall as your best player. Straight up. I don't think that he can take over a game, honestly.
You saw him try during the game. If you guys were watching it, he tried to take over a few times, and he just ended up charging at the hole and turning it over.
I'm gonna give him a pass, honestly, for this postseason, because he was hurt. He missed so many games. He just came back right before the playoffs. So I'm not gonna count whatever he does in this postseason necessarily against him too heavily. But for me, it's more just the way that he failed to close out the series last year against Boston when they're up 3-2 in that series, 2 shots to close it out. Didn't really come up big in Game 6 or Game 7. Disappeared mostly in Game 7. He tends to have a lot of really inefficient games. I think yesterday he was 6 of 20 something like that. So like, if coaching has a lot to do with it too, I think Scott Brooks sucks. I'm pretty on record thinking Scott Brooks is a bad coach.
I find myself at the end of the year, every year, reevaluating the NBA season and being like, why weren't the Wizards better?
Yep.
And I think Scott Brooks has a lot to do with that. Mm-hmm. And John Wall, like you said, he disappears and he's so up and down, but just as a team, the whole team is so up and down. Yep. And I think that has a lot to do with coaching.
They also don't have a roster top to bottom that you're like, oh, okay.
They don't.
Like, when you look through at an NBA season, it's 82 games. Most of your guys will miss games.
Also, right. I was surprised they committed so much money to Otto Porter. They were like, we're going to match every offer that any team throws at us for him.
But that's kind of been the Nets' gimmick, is force you to make uncomfortable decisions, because the Nets did the same thing with Allen Crabbe. The Nets will come in and they'll offer your like 6th, 7th man like $480, like 4 years, $80 million, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, do we let him go for nothing or do we match it? Now it's a weird contract, like. So that was, again, like the restricted. That's the Bucks. The Bucks with Jabari will be facing that decision very shortly.
The Nets are the trolls of the NBA.
The Nets super are the trolls because they have a ton of cap space but no draft picks. So they they have to try to use free agency to their advantage.
Because what's Prokhorov traded away every single one of them for KG, Paul Pierce, and who else? I don't even remember.
They tried to get Ray Allen, but he was like,
Darren Williams.
We'll just take the Celtics team.
Yeah, that was, man.
They were building around Robin Lopez, Brooke Lopez. I don't remember.
Yeah, Robin.
Brooke Lopez.
Yep, Brooke Lopez.
Oh yeah, Brooke.
But yeah, I mean, just like I said, the thing with Washington is, yeah, I think Scott Brooks is kind of like getting a fly under the radar because we all know how poorly the Bucks played the second half of the season. But the crazy part to me was, I was talking to Zach Gonzo about this yesterday, was that the Wizards fell below the Bucks. While the Bucks were playing horribly, the Wizards actually, like, the Bucks still gained ground on Washington. That's like, I don't know, to me that was incredible.
It explains the Wizards to a T. They're just so up and down.
Yep. But I think for me that series probably Toronto in 6 is how I feel about it. I think the Wizards have a lot of talent, and I think that talent will be enough to win a couple games, and that's probably about it for this season for them.
I'm going Wizards now. Just Wizards. Fucking go against all you guys.
Oh, you're gonna pick the Wizards?
Yep.
On the Wizards, so it's John Wall, Bradley Beal. I know Gortat starts. Otto Porter, and then who's the other?
They got a Morris?
They have a Morris. Yep, they have Markieff.
They still have a Morris.
Oubre?
Yeah.
Kelly Oubre Jr. Yep.
Oubre's okay. Who starts? Morris?
Yeah, correct.
Power forward. Okay.
Oubre's more of a 3.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I don't remember.
Oubre's for sure more of a shooting guard, small forward type, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, Markieff had a really nice game yesterday. 22 points on 9 of 15.
His brother had a good game today. We'll get to that.
It's the same guy playing.
Hit some.
Have you ever seen them both in the same room?
Yeah.
Not since college.
Oh, okay.
There were several players on
Phoenix.
Several players on the Celtics that have good old man games.
Yeah.
We'll get to that though.
Yeah, we'll get to them. So. You got you got Washington in that series, Gonzo.
Washington in 7.
Washington in 7.
Interesting.
Okay. All right.
Just fucking.
All right.
We're not putting money.
I mean, if you're putting money on it, just let me know.
Yeah.
I want in.
Hard pass. Okay. So the third game yesterday.
We're not all gonna say what we got.
Oh, what do you got then?
Raps in 6.
Raps in 6. Okay. All right. So
I thought we already agreed with
I thought you said the same thing when we did that.
I
already,
said same.
Yeah. But okay.
We didn't talk about Toronto at all. Is that just? I mean, everybody knows.
Well, here's the thing.
What they are.
Partially, yeah, exactly. I'll say Toronto is Toronto. Toronto's a really good team, and I have such a hard time because that they're still not a title contender. Mm-hmm. They're not. If it's not the Cavs or the Sixers in the East, that'd be shocking. That's as far as it goes for me. Like, there's no way. It's so weird, but neither of the top 2 seeds have a shot to win the East, which is super weird, but it's so true.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that weird because the Celtics had their best player get hurt.
The Celtics
the week before.
Injured team would be a plaff team. Yeah, the Celtics injured players would be a playoff team.
The Celtics next year are probably going to be.
But they wouldn't be the number 2 though.
No, hell no. But
they'd still be in the playoffs.
Yeah, but the Raptors are really, really good, man. Like,
why are we all counting them out?
Well, we've just seen it so much. Mm-hmm. They've been the same exact team for the past 3 years, and the same thing happens every single time.
And like, even though they won Game 1 yesterday, it didn't do anything to make me like more confident in them as a team. I didn't watch that game and
Milwaukee
be like,
took them to a Game 7.
Yeah, I didn't think like, the Raptors.
What have they
the Raptors
gained
are
since
good.
last year?
Serge Ibaka.
No,
No,
Serge
they
has
had
been on there.
Serge.
Yeah, but he wasn't on he wasn't on the team for a full season to get the chemistry
He'd been
down.
there plenty.
He'd been there for a while.
He only had like 30 games.
Yeah, but
Maybe less than that. I'm a big proponent of team chemistry, and he was a bit lost last year. Now his chemistry is a bit better.
Yeah, but with a guy like Serge, I don't think that team chemistry has a whole heck of a lot to do with.
Why?
Is Serge your second best player?
Because Serge is what he is.
On the Raptors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, Kyle Lowry.
Okay. And then Serge is number 3?
He's got to be, right?
Yeah, Serge is number 3.
Serge has to be their third best player. Who else? OG Anunoby?
You a big Jonas
Valanciunas.
I'm just making sure.
I like the Lithuanian superstar.
You're considering
like,
voting for Jonas?
Your pause was already too long.
I was just trying to think of the small forward.
Your pause was already too long.
No, but to answer your question with Serge, I don't think that the team chemistry matters that much because Serge is what he is. He's a mid-range jump shooter. He gets rebounds.
He shoots threes,
block shots. Okay, he shoots a little bit of threes.
It matters for everybody's team chemistry.
But you're not like, Serge is open in the corner with 3 seconds left.
Yes.
I don't think so.
You need,
Yes, you are.
They have to know where.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I'm not passing to Serge.
I know, but that's Serge's.
He's the third option though. So when DeRozan gets double teamed and they close out hard to Lowry, he's swinging it to Serge in the corner.
Serge's game is being interior defender, rebounder, and a 3-point shooter.
Honestly, a poor man's Chris Bosh is how I've looked at him. Like a lot of his career, that's how I think of Serge Ibaka. Like when I view him in that scope,
he's changed a lot.
I'm not
since
confident in Serge from 3 still, but
he shot 36% from threes this year. So I mean. That's
okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a good enough shot. Yesterday he was 3 of 4 from threes as well.
He didn't start doing that till he was on Spain. Those guys had influence on him.
Yeah, Serge was definitely probably the best player yesterday. I'd say he was 23 and 12, 8 of 11 from the field, 3 of 4 from
threes.
What
about the Morai?
Serge has to be over 30. Good for Serge.
Serge?
He's not over 30.
Serge is 28 years old.
Really?
That's what he's listed as. He's Congo. He's Congolese, so yeah.
Serge is only 28.
Serge is 28, quote unquote.
Nice.
Also, Bucks killer DeLon Wright had 18 points in that game as well. So.
Hey, did Sterling Brown cut his hair?
He did.
I thought I noticed that.
And even weirder, Nikola Mirotic.
Yeah.
Nikola Mirotic shaved his beard.
Yeah. I saw that. That doesn't look right.
Nope. He looks horrendous. We'll get to him very shortly, though. Coming right up. That's a good tease. I like that. It's a good tease.
We'll get to him
We'll discuss Nikola Mirotic's naked rat mole face in just a few minutes.
His teammates went after him in practice when they saw a stubble. Yet he had stubble, which would imply he shaved before the game.
Yeah, you know what? Let's
it already grew in.
Let's get into that series, actually. That was yesterday
we gotta
as well.
finish up.
This beard reminds me of when Bobby Portis knocked me out. I need to shave now.
I thought beard would protect. It would suddenly impact.
Cushion blow.
Not so much.
My face is hot.
So, the nightcap last night was indeed that New Orleans-Portland game. Definitely the best game of the Saturday slate.
Oh, yeah.
New Orleans jumped out to a lead early. Looked pretty comfortable for most of the game. They also stopped remembering how to play basketball with about 4 minutes left in that game and let Portland make an extremely quick 10-0 run to cut it to I think Portland briefly took the lead. They went back and forth a little bit down the stretch the last couple minutes. Anthony Davis, there's no answer for him on Portland. That's, to me, the biggest issue in that series.
There's no answer for Anthony Davis in the league.
Sure, but Portland in particular...
Fair. That's fair.
Maybe Joel Embiid.
Portland in particular, though, has just their attempts at matchups all have obvious fatal flaws. Do you throw Nurkic on him? Okay,
no.
he can bang, but
as soon as you throw on him, Zach Collins.
They tried that. They tried that too.
That bench in Portland.
Ed Davis. Dude, yeah, I know. When Portland's bench came in, I said to Gonzo, I was like, "This is a lineup in an NBA playoff game." It was Shabazz Napier, Pat Connaughton, Zach Collins, Ed Davis, and Evan Turner was an actual NBA lineup.
They could use Rudy Fernandez about now.
I think I'm playing that team in church league tonight.
And exactly. And that happened with Lillard played 42 minutes. McCollum played 37, and they still had a lot of minutes going to just traffic cops and ball boys. It was so bad.
Yeah, but that's kind of how they play.
Poor Terry Stotts.
Yeah,
they just got to stay in it when those guys are in it, and then
neither one of those teams is going anywhere at all, right? I mean,
No, you're right.
I love Damian Lillard, and I love C.J. McCollum, and I love Anthony Davis. He's like one of my top 2 favorite players in the NBA. But
number 1 is Carmelo, right?
No, number 1's Giannis.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're not good. Neither one of those teams are going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, probably not. But in the West, like, getting to the second round is fucking hard. Like, so I mean,
for sure.
You know, it's more of an accomplishment to me to be a second round team in the West than it is in the East. And I think it'd be good for Anthony Davis and for the Pelicans to just see some results in the playoffs.
It'd make Boogie be like, ooh.
Yep, I'd say that because the DeMarcus Cousins free agency decision looms this offseason.
Well, I think a big factor in bringing Nikola Mirotic to the team was keeping them afloat and, you know, making it look appealing for Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
I think that was really
important. But does he
important
play the 3 next year?
Mirotic?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, what's the lineup look like right now? I don't even know.
Well,
I don't know, but
Drew Holiday, I know, is a point guard. Me and AJ were talking
about Drew Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen dude really play that much.
Nice block yesterday.
Yeah.
He had a really good game.
Drew Holiday was
Get out of here, Pat Connaughton.
Really nice game.
I actually did watch that game.
Yeah, Drew Holiday had a
game.
really nice game. Nikola Mirotic, I thought, played extremely well. He could for sure play the 3 because currently they start Drew Holiday, Rondo, and Etuan Moore all together. So they they essentially start 3 guards. So I mean, you could start either way. Like they don't have a 3. They have Solomon Hill is their small forward who comes in off the bench.
He got too much money.
Yeah. Ian Clark gets a little bit of run for them. But I think you could definitely slide Mirotic down to the 3 and just kind of go big. Next year
can't keep up on defense with
go hard. No, but guess what? Anthony Davis can.
Yeah, so you can just flip that. So I think that helps them out a lot. But
Mirotic is useful on the right team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, just not the Bulls.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I mean, he's filled it up a couple times, but
you got a significant upgrade at the position. So I mean,
yeah, it's true. I think it helps a lot.
And Denzel Valentine.
Well, Denver.
What
Valentine?
I thought you were talking about Justin Holiday.
Like Skeeter Valentine.
What an upgrade!
Aren't they related?
What an upgrade!
Let's talk about the Bull.
Yeah, I thought the other thing too, the unsung hero yesterday for New Orleans was to me Rajon Rondo.
Yeah.
Rajon Rondo had 17 fucking assists.
He gets her
17 assists.
He gets her going come playoff time, man. Last year.
Yeah.
Mirotic was out there swacking too.
Yep, the him and Anthony Davis chemistry was, oh my god, it was so amazing. It was so amazing.
Rondo can feed you the rock.
Yeah.
He always could.
So I thought that was really good. And like I said, after watching that game, I don't think Portland has an answer for the Anthony Davis problem. No. Damian Lillard's one of my favorite players in the league. I like C.J. McCollum a lot. I think this is New Orleans in 6.
Wow. No, I think it goes 7.
I haven't thought about it too much.
It goes 7. Damn. And I'll go Pelicans.
Pels in 7.
Unless Drew Holiday gets hurt, then I have the right to revert.
I got Blazers in 7.
Blazers in 7.
I'm gonna go Blazers in 7.
Yeah. See, I'm going Pelicans in 6. I think that they don't lose a home game the rest of the way, and that's it. I think Portland holds serve tomorrow.
I feel like both teams in that game last night took naps for like long periods of that game.
Yeah,
it's like Portland, stop trying.
Yep, it almost made me take a nap. It almost put Zach to sleep just thinking about it.
I gotta yawn in the microphone so people.
You okay, buddy?
Just thinking about it, he's getting tuckered out over there.
Man, I'm just thinking how late that game was. Jeez Louise.
What time did that tip off? Like
9:30.
9:30.
It was lovely though. I'm just getting old.
Yeah, it was the midnight. It wrapped up around 12:30, something like that. So East Coast people, sorry.
That's when you got to do the old man thing. I do it sometimes. You got to tape it and watch it later, or find it online and watch it.
Well, oh damn, I'm not gonna do a shout out, but we have a service. Which, other services could pay us so we could drop their name in the spot, but we're not going to do that for free. But, we have unlimited DVR.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. So
it's pretty baller.
I was at the bar. I watched it at the bar.
There you go. That's one way to do
it.
Of course you did.
Nice.
Did you tell people to follow Jabroni Sports?
Of course.
And smash the like button?
I told them I was going to be talking about it tomorrow.
Hey, we got to get Jabroni fucking business cards because I...
Wait. Hold on. You told them you were going to talk about it tomorrow, but then you asked me what's up with the podcast today. So
You're right.
last night you knew there was a podcast, but today you forgot there was a podcast.
I didn't say that, and I did not know there was a podcast today.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
He was playing.
I texted you guys.
He was playing one truth and a lie.
There had to have been a lie in
Was
there.
that like some sort of test or?
It was Johnny's like.
Johnny got caught in
What
a
is the
lie.
end goal?
It was a very easy lie to catch.
I was caught up in the joke. We were making a joke.
You look like ET right now.
Because you got your hood up, you drinkus.
Take a selfie and put it on Jabroni Sports Twitter so people know what I'm talking about.
I'm cold.
Get some good hashtag engagement out there.
I'm cold.
I'm cold. I can't put my hood up.
Olive oil.
Just because we're in a snowstorm, we're inside.
All right. Moving on. So finally, wrapping up the games from yesterday, Miami and Philadelphia.
That's a spicy one.
Yeah, Miami was real good early. First half, it showed like the formula that I think Miami needs to follow to win that series is to just kind of muck it up, be annoying, keep it close, be physical.
What game were we talking? Miami who?
Miami versus Philly.
Oh man, was that the late one?
How long is Embiid out for? Is it
Embiid
just
says
one
he
game?
expects to return game 2 or 3. Embiid said he expects to return during this series.
Whenever Rihanna shows up.
He's been practicing with the mask on, but they won't let him wear a black mask for some reason.
Wait, did you say he's been practicing with the mascot?
With the mask on.
Yeah,
he has a mask. He's been practicing with the mask on. They were shooting around.
Dude, him and Benjamin Franklin have been out there playing one-on-one.
Did you see him hit the gong?
Maybe his dance moves. I don't know.
Who is the mascot for the Sixers?
Benjamin Franklin. What do you mean? That's
No,
what I fucking just said.
no.
No, it's
Isn't
Benjamin Franklin. You guys
The
are
guy who dresses in like all blue.
It's hip hop.
No, you guys.
It's Hip Hop the Rabbit.
It's Hip Hop the Rabbit. I believe Benjamin Franklin more than that, actually.
No.
Are they one of the teams that just dresses up a monkey because their
Oh,
mascot is like not anything relevant?
Hip Hop the Rabbit, or
I think the Suns.
Magic,
Why is the Suns mascot
gorilla.
a monkey?
They have the gorilla.
Oh,
and
gorilla,
The Magic have a. Oh no, they have Puff the Magic Dragon. So I guess it's something.
Okay.
See, that's good.
The
Though.
Sixers mascot has changed.
Isn't it just a guy who wears like a blue spandex and a Sixers jersey?
No.
That's terrifying if that's
That's
true.
just a
Okay,
fan.
listen.
That's
Their
just a guy who
current,
likes the Sixers.
their
just a
current
fan.
mascot is Franklin the dog.
Franklin
Wait,
the
what?
dog, like Benjamin Franklin the dog. Yeah, that's right, exactly. Nailed it.
Hip hop died in 2011.
Is that when Nas wrote the song "Hip Hop Is Dead"?
Yeah, that was actually about the 76ers mascot.
R.I.P. Hip Hop.
That was actually Nas's song was true. Wow, that's incredible.
Man, that's fucked up, man.
But back to the game.
Yeah,
Can we
anyways.
talk about favorite mascots in the NBA?
Back to the game
We'll get to
here.
that later.
We'll get there. This is the NBA playoff edition, not the NBA mascot edition.
Fucking mascot.
The second half showed why I think the Sixers are going to win this series in 5. The Heat did not have an answer for Ben Simmons. That's terrifying too. Yeah,
The reason the Sixers are going to win because they have better talent.
much better talent. They're well coached.
It was Miami was missing Whiteside for a lot of the game because he was in foul trouble, and that really killed him.
That's going to happen though a lot this series,
Yeah.
I think.
And what about when...
Especially when Embiid's back.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to talk about the series.
Also, not sure why you'd say that because Hassan Whiteside had 1 foul yesterday in 12 minutes.
He was in foul trouble.
You lied again!
So
Why was he out then?
lied again.
Because he doesn't really match up that well with Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, he was out because who's playing center for
Well,
the
they don't have
Sixers?
Ursan, I think.
Yeah.
Ursan, right?
Yeah,
Ursan had like
just can't
23.
keep-
You
How
just
many
can't keep
points did
Whiteside
Ursan
in
have?
that.
Ursan had an incredible game. Hold on. Ursan
83.
Ilyasova had 17 points
17,
and,
okay.
and 14 rebounds.
Dude, the Sixers.
And Marco
bunch-
Bellinelli was filling it up.
Marco
too.
Bellinelli,
And Redick.
Bellinelli had 25.
Yeah.
Damn!
Dude, I love that system where you just have all shooters
JJ
sitting out there, and you just have Ben Simmons taking to the house
Because they would run. This is the death lineup that killed them in the second half. It was JJ Redick, Dario Saric, Bellinelli, Ilyasova, and Ben Simmons. And the Heat had absolutely no answer for that lineup.
And it completely rendered Whiteside useless.
Yep.
Had to take him out of the game, and that's the Heat's best player. If you don't have your best player in,
Yeah.
you're first not going to be good.
Is your best player though if they can't play against other teams' good lineups? So
the Heat are out.
Yeah.
No, I
Marco
wanted to.
Fultz play? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
Fultz played.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fultz played a little bit.
He looked okay.
13 minutes. Didn't do a ton.
If
I
you only
wanted-
play like 13 games
Yeah.
before the playoffs in your entire career, you're not going to look too good.
Yeah.
I really want to talk about the series because initially I thought that Miami might I know it's crazy, but I thought that Miami might win in 7.
Mm-hmm. That's
but
not crazy,
because of last night, I really don't think that they can, because I thought what Miami would do was they let Philadelphia shoot from outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the lineups that Philly would go with, and this is a credit to Brett Brown, is that I didn't think that they have Bellinelli out there. I didn't think that they have Ersan out there. I didn't think that they played J.J. Redick that much. And they show that they could shoot the 3. And I thought Miami would just let him shoot with Ben Simmons, because he doesn't really have an outside shot. Fultz, he doesn't really have an outside shot.
They also they start Amir Johnson, who's again not an outside threat. Yeah.
And they just get rebounds with Whiteside and play great defense, and Spo would just outcoach him. But I gotta go Philly now. I'm gonna go Philly in 6.
I'm really glad you brought that up, because I think that this series is gonna be Brett Brown's like hello America party, because he's a really good coach.
He surprised me. He surprised me big time.
And I'm really glad they stuck with him. Because it's paying off for them big time right now. Because he's got to grow with all those guys.
Trust the process.
Yep, he is like their boy. They are his boy. Like it's like they've been through it together.
Yep.
I think it's kind of the team chemistry thing Johnny was talking about. I think it's an intangible, but I think it's very tangible in this instance. You can see it. Philly likes their coach. They play hard for him. They play hard for each other. He puts them in positions to be successful, which builds trust. Robert Covington, another one of the floor spacing guys.
Robert Covington also had a step back where he didn't dribble yesterday.
He did. No, I was watching it. I was watching it. He just stepped to the right twice. Like he was just like did it, and then he shot. And then
in the Bucks game today, Jason Tatum got a rebound and literally fell to the ground. Everybody knows that's a travel.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, the NBA has gone too far.
It's because there's a lot of.
You can't get a rebound and fall to the ground. What is this?
Well, if you know,
they're like jump ball.
Yep, it's sometimes it happens. There's a lot of jump balls in that game, man.
Yeah, there's been a lot of jump balls.
And then they didn't call the jump ball at the end. That was a jump ball.
And then what was it yesterday in the Philly Miami game? There was back-to-back jump balls at one point actually as well.
That was nuts.
So there was the NBA is doing with the officiating this playoffs.
Let them play.
They're going to take after each series, they're going to rate the officials.
Yeah.
The highest rated officials
They're
going to move on to the next round.
I thought you were going to say they're bringing Joey Crawford back.
By God, that's Joey Crawford's music.
I think it's a great idea because officiating could really impact a game.
It can.
So the officials
Honestly,
are fighting for a job.
I think they already do that. They're just saying that.
No, it's just public.
I know the NFL does that.
I think it was really great officiating so far, honestly.
Thank you. I was just going to say, I don't think the officiating has impacted anything yet, though.
Officiating sometimes pretty piss poor, but I'm really happy that so far this weekend everything's looked pretty up and up.
The stories have not been about the referees, which
I remember last year it was just everything was about the officials. The officials can affect the game.
You can find people, random white people complaining on Twitter about.
Yeah, but
this is why I don't watch the NBA. They don't call any travels.
Yep, that's Bill Simmons said that today on Twitter too. Fucking whiner ass Celtics
fans.
fans.
They do need to
put those guys all on a ship and.
They need to start calling travel. Some of this stuff.
No, I said they went too far.
Yeah,
with a couple, but I mean,
let them play.
It's not going to make me stop watching.
I'll say the ratings for yesterday were up 17% from the opening Saturday last week. So despite those old people complaining, people are still watching and
NBA's
actually much more so. Yeah.
Hey, get him back to Philly though. Who would have thought that? Seriously, Marco Bellinelli and Ersan would have played so many minutes. That was amazing yesterday.
I thought they were that's why I was upset when at the buyout market that the Bucks swung and missed on both guys because those are both players that can contribute in some fashion.
Ersan's got bad history though
in playoffs for sure, but
just with the Bucks, they don't want him back.
He still has a house in Milwaukee.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
Him and his wife he was ranked one of the best power forwards of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Marco Bellinelli didn't even get run yesterday.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
But they were ready. They came prepared, and I think that the one thing I said Sixers and 5. I'm gonna revise that to Sixers and 6.
That's what I'm going with.
Because I think Spoelstra is going to be able to make some adjustments and figure out a way to grind out a win or two in the series.
Oh yeah, I'm saying Sixers and 4.
Sweep. Yeah,
sweep.
Spo will never let that happen.
I got Sixers and 6.
There's not enough talent on Miami.
Don't forget about Tyler
Spo did a great job this year to get them here, though.
I know, but you can only be grindy for so long.
The Sixers,
but Spo screwed up at the end, didn't he? He won that game in OT against Toronto
for no reason. Yeah,
for no apparent reason, otherwise, and then he had to play Philly.
Yep. Otherwise, they'd be playing Boston right now.
Right.
Yep.
The Bucks were like, "Thank you."
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
We'll take it. Yep. We lost by 30.
Yep. So,
what are you trying to say, G?
Yeah, what did you got?
Sorry.
What was I saying? I don't even remember.
That's okay.
Sixers and 6. Oh, they're on fire.
Yeah.
You're not going to be on fire every game. So the
true.
Heat are
That's true. That's a good point.
It wasn't like they were like fluky shots though. That was, I mean, to me that was the bigger issue.
There's some where like highly contested shots they're knocking down, and they're on fire. You're not going to be on fire every game.
My biggest takeaway,
especially on the road.
Exactly.
Once they get into Miami, definitely. I think a game or two. That's where I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
My biggest takeaway from Philly for the whole season is that Brett Brown is a good coach.
Very good coach.
And I had no clue if he was or not last year.
I had an inkling just because, like, even when they sucked, you'd watch them and you'd like see things that, like, oh wow, the Sixers like actually run. Like, I think we went to a Sixer game or two, Gonzo, and like they'd run entertaining stuff. Like they had good offense. Like they looked good,
like an NBA team,
but it just wasn't NBA players doing the things like for most of the time. So like, I always had like an inkling that he had talent, but it's nice to see what he can do with a team that has talent, and it's been a really good marriage.
Where did he come from?
I have no idea.
Where did he go?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where did you come from?
Where Brett Brown.
Where did you go?
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Come on.
I've been married.
All right, I think that's a sign that we need to move to the next
series.
series.
We have to move on. Yeah, that's it.
Horrible.
So,
great joke.
Catching up now, we are now into the Sunday tip-off series.
Sunday tip.
All right. The opener today was that Boston-Milwaukee game, which saw Boston walk away with a 113-107 victory.
Do we have to talk about? Can we just skip over this?
It's probably the best game of the playoffs so far. I mean,
we are not skipping over this.
Yeah.
It was the only game I watched from start to finish.
Yeah. So in this game, the Bucks got off to a good start actually, but just had a horrendous end of the first quarter. Boston took a 12-point lead after one. Bucks had a ridiculously good second quarter to take a halftime lead.
Yep.
Second half was a lot of punchers punching back and forth. It appeared that all was lost when Terry Rozier crossed the living shit out of Eric Bledsoe.
R.I.P. Eric Bledsoe.
Yep. And Eric Bledsoe put actually zero effort into recovering from getting dicked. He stood there and licked his wounds in the paint while Terry Rozier shot an uncontested three.
He didn't even put up his arms.
Nothing.
Like the fake. Like,
nothing. Just
That's
stood
Eric
there.
Bledsoe, though.
Yep, that is Eric Bledsoe. That's why. Yep.
I've questioned it.
And Malcolm Brogdon had a really good game. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I got.
Let's go, Brogdon.
We'll get to that.
El Presidente.
And then
I like Brogdon better.
After the Terry Rozier dick, Chris Middleton hit a 40-foot
That's a
prayer.
clip you're gonna have to live with.
After Chris Middleton hit a 40-foot prayer with 0.5 seconds left to send the game into overtime.
Straight cash.
Once they got it,
Cash
Middleton.
Money Middleton.
Once they got into overtime, the Bucks half-court offense reared its ugly head as they were unable to generate good looks, and the Celtics walked away with a 6-point victory. Coming up big for the Celtics was Al Horford, who had an incredible game. 24 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Just think about that for a second. 5 of 8. That adds up to 24 points. That's a lot of free throws. 12 rebounds. Terry Rozier, the aforementioned Terry Rozier, had 23 points in 40 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Terry Rozier, superstar.
Jaylen Brown had a nice game with 20. Jason Tatum had a good game, but he had an amazing stretch in the third quarter. Jason Tatum took the game over when the Celtics kind of pushed the lead to like that 8 to 10 range for a while.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum was playing incredibly well. And the other Morai, Marcus Morris, had 21 points off the bench, including some pretty improbable fadeaway contested garbage shots.
Is that multiple Morrises?
Morai, yeah, he's one of the Morai. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Come on, man.
Fun guy.
You didn't know the plural of Morris? Yeah. Coming up big for the Bucks, Giannis in a losing effort with 35 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, the usual. Chris Middleton had a really nice game, even aside from the buzzer beater, 31, 5 of 7 from threes, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals and a block. And that's, Brogdon off the bench had 16, and 4. And that was it. No one else scored in double figures.
So Jabari does not play in crunch time.
Jabari played 14 minutes. He scored
talk about this.
2 points. He was 1 of 5, and his one make was a dunk. And he also was minus 14 in those 14 minutes.
Jabari had a horrible game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I still don't understand why at the end of the game the lineup is what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
I brought that up too. I don't
I-
care how bad Jabari's playing. If this is a guy, I'm not going to the finals. But if this is a guy that I'm potentially thinking about if I want him on my team going forward, like, you're fucking dumb as fuck. Like,
That's what I was gonna
why are
say.
you not at least, like, you know what? Fucking play through it. C.J. McCullough did not have a great first half, but he played the second half and all of a sudden started lighting it up yesterday. So, like...
They have to not want to bring Jabari back if they're doing what they're doing. And
or they
another
just
thing is...
really fucking love Jason Terry. They really...
I mean, I love the Jet, but... I just don't understand. I think the lineup at the end of the game, because even if Jabari's, completely useless on the offensive end, he can at least play defense and get rebounds.
Rebounding was a huge Achilles heel in overtime.
It was horrible. It was hard to watch.
I mean, it's been a huge Achilles heel the entire season.
The Bucks are a really frustrating team to watch. First of all, But the starting lineup, in my opinion, for like at the end of the games or in that entire overtime, should be Malcolm Brogdon, Tony Snell, just because he can 3 and D, and he was broke from 3 this game, but that's another thing. And then Giannis, Middleton, and Jabari.
Yeah, I agree.
That should be your go-to lineup towards the end of the game.
It should be. Those are the guys that are going to put points on the board. Those are the guys who aren't really a liability at the defensive end.
Yeah.
Like
3 of those guys can knock down an open 3 when Giannis penetrates into the lane and he kicks out. Brogdon's clutch from 3 at the end of the game.
So is Middleton.
Yeah, exactly. And then Snell, he's supposed
usually
to be a 3-point shooter. That's what they paid him for. And Jabari's decent from 3.
He's better than Giannis.
So you're not having Henson in there?
No,
hell no.
You're having Jabari as your center. You're
playing
Giannis is your center.
Giannis.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch the game? Giannis played center at the end.
I'll say. There was a lot of minutes where Giannis played center in this game.
They wanted Giannis to be on Al Horford, and it just didn't always work out that way. But when he was on him, Al Horford had a hell of a time getting buckets.
Yeah. I thought Al Horford also got away with a lot of fouls when Giannis drove on him.
Al Horford was out there hammering people on defense,
and he finished with 2 fouls. I thought that was fucking garbage. But
this was the only game where I had a problem with the officiating.
Yeah, the officiating was poor in this game, I thought.
I don't want to blame it on that, though.
No, I'm not blaming it.
It
was poor both ways.
Yeah.
There was some really, really iffy block charge calls. Giannis got away with a couple travels for sure when he was in the paint and he got caught up. But the officiating, it just seemed like they were kind of flipping a coin for calls as they want every time. I had an issue because it was very inconsistent because at times there'd be 6 fouls in 5 minutes and then all of a sudden you could just hack guys and it wasn't a foul. I think my crunch time lineup's pretty similar to your guys, except maybe I would run Bledsoe and Brogdon instead of Brogdon with Snell for my backcourt. That might be the only change I would make.
I just don't want to see Bledsoe out there.
I know.
He just pukes on himself all the time, and screws up and then doesn't play defense.
Tony Snell's just invisible so much, though, that it's frustrating as hell to have a guy on the court who's so reluctant to shoot.
I just like Tony Snell's D.
Yeah.
He's completely useless on the offense.
I know, and that's my problem.
Come on, girl.
Because Bledsoe did have a couple nice takes later in the game where he just would put his head down and be like, I'm going to get to the rim. When he does that, when he's in attack mode and he's not trying to make a cute pass or shoot threes and
getting crossed over.
Yeah, when he plays within himself, he's an effective player, even if he's a frustrating one. His shortcomings I'd rather deal with than Tony Snell's shortcomings, which are a complete inability to create his own offense. He can't really dribble. His shooting's been pretty poor most of the season. I'm not really convinced he's going to snap out of it now, and you kind of can't wait for him to do it now. But other than that, I think we're pretty much in there. I don't need Jason Terry in crunch time.
Why does Jason Terry play so much?
I don't.
Prunty must love him.
Yeah, exactly. It's
probably just has a lot of confidence in him doing what they want.
I was
done.
Get Coach Jason Terry and Bledsoe out of there.
John Henson playing 37 minutes while Tyler Zeller played 4 is
Tyler
criminal.
Zeller, the better center.
Yeah,
Tyler Zeller is not horrible.
He's
not horrible.
I think he's the best center on the Bucks.
And
he had a sweet breakaway dunk.
He did have he had a steal and stuff. Yeah.
Did Don Maker not play?
No, Don Maker DNP'd. Yeah. The Bucks really.
That's another topic.
The Bucks basically went 8 deep in this game. Zeller played 4 minutes. Sterling Brown played 1, and then they played Brogdon, Terry, and Parker off the bench. That was it. So the Bucks essentially ran an 8-man rotation.
Don had a few good moments in last year's playoffs. Why not?
He did actually.
Give him a shot.
I think last year's playoffs was the best Don has ever looked.
Yeah.
Did you watch the regular season though?
Right. Yeah.
You're right.
That's why he's not playing.
Yeah, but you could still. I mean, maybe he has a shot going. I don't know.
I don't need 37 minutes for John Henson.
No,
that's basically what I'm
20.
trying to say. 25 tops.
And they were continuing.
Just from a conditioning standpoint, I don't think Henson's in good enough shape to play that many minutes.
They were continuing to initiate offense out of John Henson in the post. I was like, please don't continue doing this in the playoffs. I thought maybe they'd smarten up, but no.
They ran the same action probably another 12, 15 times. Yep.
The Bucks' best offensive set, I said, came at 24 seconds left in the game. They swung the ball all the way around in regulation.
Okay, yeah.
They swung the ball all the way around, got a good look. Middleton came off a screen like he should more often, and then dropped it down to Giannis. Giannis had a dunk.
I also thought the play a little bit before that, where Brogdon got the look for a three, because they used the fact that Giannis has that gravity, and Giannis got the ball out of his hands early. Mm-hmm. As soon as the double was coming, he gave it up, rather than what he usually does, where the double will come, he'll spin, then it's congested, he has a hard time, he kind of has to I thought him just giving it up early, and I forget, was it Kevin McHale was the color commentator for this game today.
Whoa.
He talked about this, what?
The colored commentator?
Oh my God!
You guys are just having a ball over there.
Yeah, he mentioned this, that the Bucks typically give the ball up a dribble too late. Mm-hmm. That they over dribble, and by the time the window the pass should have already been delivered, but now it's closed, and they'll still try to make the pass, or now it's not there. So the entire set is blown up at that point, because everything you've done, the look you tried to create, you waited too long, and now the defense has recovered, because that's what the NBA is.
They're also
it's a half a second, but it makes all the difference in the world.
Right. They're shooting too. Sometimes just pull the trigger.
Yes,
they're passing up.
Oh my God! Or the dribble, the pump fake, and then they dribble sideways to shoot.
I hate the pump fake, and then take one step in and take that long mid-range jumper.
Two. Yep.
Just take a dribble to the side and shoot the three.
Yep.
I hate it when
I remember that comment Kevin McHale had, because I said to myself, that was the only good thing he said all game.
I think Kevin McHale really
say that out loud.
It was really smart.
He's horrible.
He was good.
He was good today. He was good today.
I thought he was horrible besides that one comment.
Yeah.
He was like, look at Morris Sky for that rebound, and you could slide a dollar bill under his foot.
And then
like what?
He made the comment early about Al Horford not being athletic, and then proceeded to jizz all over his pants every time Horford did anything moderately athletic.
Yeah,
Horford had a block, and he was like, "Some people said he's not athletic." Ha ha ha! Okay, dude, that's enough.
What he sounds like.
Yeah,
it's not that far off. But yeah,
Kevin McHale.
Biggest mismatch in this series, though, hands down, Brad Stevens versus Joe Prunty.
Absolutely. Imagine if Brad Stevens was the Bucks coach. Bucks in 4.
Oh, if you flip the coaches, I think this is a sweep or a 5-game series for the Bucks.
Also, imagine if the Celtics had Hayward and Irving and Marcus Smart.
Well, that's a sweep for Boston then, 100%. Right. Yeah, absolutely. As it is, I think it's Celtics in 7 in this series. I think the series is so fascinating because it's mostly talent versus coaching. And I think the series is probably going 6 or 7. I think the Celtics still do win the series, however, just because Tatum and Brown are such a nice young pair.
Tatum is nice.
God, that is such a nice young combo on a team. So you look at that and you're like, this is a pretty good team actually. And then you remember oh yeah, and they add Kyrie and Gordon Hayward next year. That's a fucking really good team.
Solid.
That team's scary for a while. That's
the only thing.
Problem.
The only thing I'd be worried about is you got to find a big, because I don't know how much Al Horford has left.
I think they do a good job. They do a good job hiding him at the 4 a lot during the regular season, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of.
Al Horford's up for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with his age.
Don't forget about Australian superstar Aaron Baines.
32.
He started today.
That's the only person the Boston fans like, because it's the only white guy in the fucking team.
They don't have Scalabrine anymore.
No, exactly.
And they lost Kelly Olynyk.
Yep. And Gordon Hayward went out game 1, so that's the guy.
Yeah, the Bucks abused,
because Boston's racist as fuck. Fuck
Boston. The Bucks abused Shane Larkin when he was in his first stint too. I think they forced him to 4 turnovers in 5 minutes.
Then he knocked down a fadeaway.
Yeah, then he hit some garbage ass. The Celtics bench is perilously thin.
Hey, I just want
to they go 6. So that's my whole thing is if the Bucks can get this series to a game 6 or a game 7. They might have a shot just because Boston's guys are going to be playing heavy minutes. You're not giving Semi Ojeleye big minutes. No. You're not giving Shane Larkin big minutes. Greg Monroe played 10 minutes. But
he's completely useless.
It's in a playoff series typically. Yeah,
they gave him 2 shots to take it in the post, and he just puked on himself both times.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing is the Bucks at least go slightly deeper. They have Brogdon and Parker that can play off the bench. So that's more of a bench by default.
I was kind of disappointed with the Bucks game plan because whoever was in charge of scouting didn't. Terry Rozier can shoot. That's not a new thing.
Yeah,
that wasn't he had a good game. He knocks down open threes, and that's all he does.
And the Celtics got a lot of easy. They got a lot of easy threes again, which is the Bucks' problem. There was a lot of times the Celtics would come up, there'd be one off-ball screen, and then the guy would be open for a 3. They weren't running. A lot of their stuff wasn't even very deep. It'd be early 16 seconds left on the shot clock, wide open threes.
And the Bucks can't rebound either.
Nope.
It's so frustrating. That's another reason why I'd like to see more Jabari.
That's why I like to see more Tyler Zeller.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's why I like to see more Zeller. I think he's actually capable.
He's like the only guy that boxes out, too.
Yep.
Gotta love a white guy that boxes out.
How can you not?
Fundamentals, baby.
But,
hey, just want to let you guys know.
Zeller doesn't make too many mistakes either.
He plays within himself for sure. He doesn't do too much. That's
what's going on in the game?
Utah's up 11 to. It's
11-2,
now 4. It's now 4 now.
I want to talk about that spicy series.
Yeah.
That's my squad. Utah.
We'll get there.
Going
Any
against my squad.
predictions for the rest of the Bucks Celtics series though?
Celtics in 7. That's what I said initially. So I'm sticking with it. Yeah.
I agree. Celtics in 7.
Which is really sad. Really sad.
That's like we're all like, yeah, Celtics are going to win that series, even though they have like by NBA playoff talent standards, it's a terrible team.
Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5.
Oh my god, the Celtics win in 5. Like,
yeah, that's really bad.
I don't have any reason. Like the Bucks do what the Bucks do. They fall apart at the end of games, and like they somehow managed to take it in overtime, and then they just fell apart in overtime.
Hey, also
when Middleton made the 3, Gonzo said he goes, "This probably is just delaying the inevitable."
Yeah. I said the same thing to myself. That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Prunty came from San Antonio. He should be better if he came from San Antonio.
We got the only pop disciple that can't coach. It's pretty cool.
Should take the woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I said.
The coaching
That's what I'm
was better than
saying.
when Kid
Be
was there,
progressive.
I think, though.
What's that?
Huh?
The coaching was a little bit better than when Kid was there.
That's
Like
I saw-
insane.
I saw-
Wash.
yeah, it's super damning with faint praise.
Way too much Jason Terry.
Yep.
Way too much Jason
I love
Terry.
Jason Terry, but
I
he
do
should be,
too, but
he should
he's
be the
40.
human victory cigar.
Yep.
Yeah.
But hey, look out, the guys.
He should be the human victory.
Yeah, for sure.
He should be the guy that knocks down the point to get you the free Big Macs from McDonald's at the end of this game.
The guy who's in when you're up 20.
Yep.
Yeah, Big Macs. Woo!
Oh, open those chili silos!
he's flapping the arms all the way down the floor after he hits a 3 for the free Big Macs.
No, it's in Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, it's the chili silo.
Yeah, I mean, when the Bucks win, you win. Free chili. You get that free chili from Wendy's.
From Wendy's.
Even better.
But Dad always says that they open up the chili silos and they're just overspilling. The Bucks haven't won in a long time.
When the Bucks are on a losing streak, the chili silos are overflowing.
It reminds me, this is random, but do you remember when Joakim Noah took that 3 for 100 points? It was like, oh, savage. Talk about the bull.
I had to sneak in a little bit of talk about the bull. You know, come on now.
Joakim Noah shoots a 3 with 5 seconds left, and they're up like 30. For free Big Macs or whatever the fuck it was.
He was a man of the people,
Were
okay?
you at the game?
Oh, no, I was just watching it.
Oh.
Joe Kim is a man of the people.
Yo, low key, when you get those streams on the fucking, if you're not supposed to be getting them streams, but you get those streams.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Dude, the in-stadium feeds are so fucking lit, man. Those are the best.
Oh yeah, I'd rather have that.
Dude, when you can watch halftime shows, me and AJ called one time, we got like deals on Nets hats because we're like, special to our fans for the next hour, $5 hats, blah, blah, blah. And we just like, we can go on the website too and order $5 hats. Like,
yeah, and if you watch one of those streams for the Cubs when they're on that, Channel 12, Chicago, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I think it's like ABC or whatever, you can hear literally everything. You can hear the guy sitting four rows down from the broadcasters, the guy selling peanuts, the guy selling beer. You can hear the players talking. I'm like, something's not right here. Like, people are swearing. Like, they should get this looked at.
That's why
I heard him talking about it on the score, actually.
Yeah. I heard him talking about that, too, and I almost texted it. I was like, yeah, that's a problem.
The mic is too hot. The mic is
way too hot.
Yeah, way too hot. But my whole thing too is if you listen to a game with headphones too, it's the same thing. Because I was like, I was saying you can pick up way more crowd noise and it's pretty great.
Hold on, before we leave the Bucks series,
sure.
I think that Jason Tatum's going to be like an elite, seriously an elite player one day. He's super good. He can shoot the 3, he can drive, he can rebound, he can play defense.
He has a mid-range game too.
He's got a mid-range game.
Yeah, Jason
He's
Tatum's super
scary,
good.
scary good.
He's
so
good.
So is Jaylen Brown, though.
I forget that. I forget Tatum's a rookie though.
I do too, because he's so good.
He seems like a vet. He plays like a vet.
He doesn't really do too much dumb stuff out there.
No, not at all.
And I remember watching him at Duke, and I'm like, that guy's gonna be he was something serious at Duke too. Like,
The not doing stupid stuff, though, is coaching.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. But there's some players on the Celtics that do stupid stuff, i.e. Shane Larkin.
It's just crazy to me. Like,
is that Barry Larkin's kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the second or third best player in the series. He's like a rookie, and it's a playoff series, and he's the second or third best player in the series already. And I don't even really think there's any debate that he's lower than that at all. Like at worst, he's the third best. So
yeah, he's going to be an elite player eventually when it's all said and done.
I agree. I'm a big fan, and the Celtics are going to be a problem for a long time.
They're going to be something serious.
I think they're going to the finals next year.
They might.
Absolutely.
They might.
It depends where LeBron goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like doing
Yeah,
next
we
year.
won't do that yet.
Yeah, I just maybe.
I don't think so.
I think
because I think LeBron's going to go West Coast. So,
I do too, but
You don't think he's staying in Cleveland?
No.
What?
No, why would you?
I don't think that at all.
They just got young guys.
Yeah, but they're
Like
still
who?
not very good though. Like they're not like a
There's
good.
no other stars by
still gonna have
besides
Kevin
K-Love.
LeBron's going to analyze the playoffs when it's all said and done. He's going to be like, why would I stay here? And I think that's what's going to happen. And I think he's going to go to either Los Angeles.
Don't say that.
Since we're on the topic of LeBron, why don't we
Or-
just tuck right into the Cavs Pacers series while we're at
No,
it?
don't say L.A. though. That's not
What?
He's not going to Lakers.
I didn't say. I could have said Clippers.
Are you saying the Clippers?
No, I think he might go to the Lakers. Seriously,
I think no. I don't think
Where do
you
you
want to
think?
live in that many people's shadows.
I think.
Yeah, I don't think he goes to the Lakers. Just because it's the Lakers.
I don't think the Lakers are ready to win yet. Anyways,
Does Houston have any money?
no.
Okay.
I thought he goes to OKC.
Yeah, look at his options. I don't
Depends
think
on
he's
what
going
Paul
anywhere
George
else.
does.
I think Paul George stays.
I think Paul George goes to LA. Everybody's gonna go to LA. That's what I'm. Because I want to go to LA.
I think Paul George might go to LA because that's for him. That is like the hometown move.
He did say that he was gonna go to LA.
Yeah, I'll say for Paul George, it would just be like being a man of his word would be going to LA because he's been saying it for 2 years. He wants to play in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but he could get there still.
Sure,
But like,
think
there's a really good chance. That,
Russell Westbrook's going to the Lakers. Paul George is going to the Lakers, and LeBron's going to the Lakers.
All right.
Lakers NBA Finals.
Can they go to the Clippers?
I think LeBron.
Please.
They could. The Clippers have money, don't they?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think LeBron goes to Philadelphia. Can
I was
I
gonna-
say that?
And
Sneak
then
that in there.
Boston does not.
Yeah,
not make the
because
playoffs.
LeBron loves
Or
all
the
LeBron
finals.
loves like. Here's my reasoning. Like LeBron seems to be a really big fan of the process. He seems to get along really well with Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, all their young guys. Also, Philly has the cap space to sign him without doing anything else because JJ Redick is on a 1-year, $23 million deal that expires. Boom, $23 million in cap space.
I mean, Ben Simmons has the same exact game as LeBron without being able to shoot the three.
I'll say
so-
LeBron's a better shooter though. And what's the problem? What's the problem with having two LeBrons?
Yeah.
Like, why is that a bad thing? It's not like the skill set of LeBron is like so compatible with any team / set of players.
Yeah,
Like,
what team? I said this actually today. What team gets LeBron? And they're like, "Oh man, that really fucked us up, man." Like, so they got LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron doesn't fit. That's what because they said because we
What a
were
waste.
watching and they said something about how that'd be a great fit for LeBron. Somebody said that and we were like, "There's no such thing as a bad fit for LeBron." Like, what do you mean? Like,
That'd be that series would make the NBA exponentially more exciting. Like if it was Philly versus Boston,
yeah.
with LeBron on Philly,
Oh man, then I'm starting to think the NBA is fixed again.
and two good coaches.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. That might be the best series that you can have in the NBA. I mean, if all of a sudden you have that, and then you're looking at like a Houston Golden State.
Do we
on
have
the
a
other
triple
side.
threat for the
I
world
don't know.
title?
Yeah, right.
Hey, I don't know
It's a
if Philly.
triangular court.
I don't know if Philly would beat Boston with LeBron on Philly. I really don't.
I do.
Don't know if they would.
I don't know if they would.
I'd favor them.
I don't know.
I would favor them after a year. I think the first season the Celtics.
I would have to
take
see
it.
what it looked like for a
And
little
then the
bit.
second year.
In this hypothetical scenario, I'm going to say I'd still favor them because it's basically going to be the Celtics' first year with Gordon Hayward.
Think about all the fucking low-key role guys they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll play for $1 million. Cool, yeah, okay. Sign me up."
Because that's going to be a fucking mega death team. Like, that would be just like, yeah.
Ray Allen
I'm really
will come
high
out
on
of retirement.
I'm really high on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown though.
I
Ben
like Tatum a
Simmons.
lot more than Brown. I like Jaylen Brown, but I don't think he's a star. I think Jason Tatum is a star.
Did you just shout out? I like Ben Simmons.
Or shout out.
I think
yeah,
Simmons.
you like one of the best young players in the league. Congratulations.
I
I
like
think
Ben
I think
it's
Ben
gonna-
Simmons and LeBron are better than Tatum and
Agreed.
what's his
And,
Brown.
and we're not even talking
Or
about it.
Ky- or
We're not even talking about it.
Yeah, but do you think that Ben Simmons and LeBron are better than Kyrie and Gordon Hayward?
Okay, but
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah,
close.
okay,
And then-
okay.
and then-
I thought you were gonna say yeah. I just want to make sure.
And once you drop Embiid into the mix, who's the Celtics' third? Now you're saying like so now Embiid versus what? Tatum or Brown?
Al Horford, damn it.
Okay, let's see. No,
Well, Al Horford gets taken to fucking
Yeah, 'cause
school
great
every
old
day.
man.
because
Game.
Embiid can do all the things Horford can do, but Horford can't do all the things that Embiid can.
Like,
I don't know. Man.
Yeah.
I love Brad Stevens though too.
Oh, me too.
I don't know.
So
Man, you guys are shitting on Al Horford. I think.
Al Horford's a good player. He's just not Joel Embiid.
Al Horford's classic case bum slayer.
That's a little harsh.
He was posting up some short guys today.
Yeah,
like he was eating on some short guys for a little bit of time.
And all his points were from the line.
He also had a sweet jab step 3. Did you see that? They're like, you're not gonna guard me.
On John Henson, because John Henson's a fucking slouch.
Did John Henson not get the memo that Al Horford can shoot threes?
That's what I'm saying. The Bucks didn't do any scouting. They didn't know that Al Horford could shoot threes or Terry Rozier could shoot threes.
We didn't think those guys could do that.
I didn't know he couldn't do that.
They're just a dumb team. Let me talk about another team, please. Let's move on before I kill myself.
I don't wanna.
Before I eat the cyanide capsule I have here. So Pacers, Cavs. Game 1 in the books. It is a 98-80 victory for Indiana.
I'm going Cavs in 5.
You're excited.
Yeah, it's highly excitable. Let's recap Game 1 a bit first. Victor Oladipo, probably you're looking at the NBA's most improved player there. Had 32 points on 6 of 9 from threes. Yeah. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and a block. Miles Turner chipped in with a nice game. 16 points on 6 of 9 shooting. 8 rebounds, couple assists, a steal and a block as well. Bojan Bogdanovic contributed 15 points off the bench.
Look at Bojan.
Lance Stevenson had 12 and 5 off the bench.
And a sick, nasty dunk.
Isn't there another person named Bojan Bogdanovic?
There's Bogdan. There's Bogdan, yeah.
He plays for the Kings.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Yep. We talked about this earlier, actually, yeah.
I was confused.
The Bogdanovich brothers that aren't related, actually, I think, though. Man, for Cleveland, it was rough. LeBron James was the only starter in double figures with a triple-double, 24 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds. He didn't have a great game shooting. He was 7 of 17. He missed all 4 of his 3-point attempts. No, like I said, no other starter in double figures. Jeff Green managed to score 0 points in 26 minutes despite taking 7 shots.
And get completely posterized by Lance Stevenson.
Who
also chested up the basket protector after he done.
With a nice headbutt.
He might have given himself a concussion.
Yeah, Lance might be questionable for game 2. He might be in the concussion protocol.
Did you see it, Johnny?
Yeah, I showed him.
He gave it to that hoop pretty good, though. The only other, J.R. Smith had an okay game, 15 points on 6 of 11, hit 3 of his 6 threes.
The Cavs could really use Dwayne Wade in all seriousness right now.
To do what? Have another mid-range shooter?
Yeah, another something.
You need a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I was
that's
going
all
to
this
say.
team needs.
He's been working on his 3.
No, he hasn't. I've seen Dwayne Wade his whole career, and he's not interested.
Did he do anything in game 1
for the past
Miami?
Dwayne Wade got to the line a bunch. He got to the line with pump fakes a lot.
He's still useful.
As a bench guy.
Yeah, for getting superstar calls.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd take Dwayne Wade over Jordan Clarkson.
Oh my goodness!
If you're building a team and trying to keep someone around,
I'm just saying if you're playing right now in the playoffs.
But that's not what the Cavs were doing. So, but yeah, Larry Nance had 10 points off the bench. Kyle Korver only played 3 minutes, which is almost criminal to me. That's terrible.
Well, he can't play defense.
Sure, but you scored 80 points, so maybe score more. That's 80. That's fucking
they need to
horrible.
do the same exact thing the Sixers did. Just line up 3-point shooters.
They don't have as many though.
That's the problem.
So they got Love.
Mm-hmm.
They got
JR, Kyle Korver, Rodney Hood.
Rodney Hood's decent from 3, right?
And
He's not great. Is he great?
He's not great.
Rodney Hood. Forgot about Rodney
Steph
Hood.
Curry's great.
How did Rodney Hood look?
No, Klay Thompson.
Because then from there you go George Hill.
George Hill's good.
Jeff Green.
Georgie Porgy.
Jeff Green.
Jeff Green is
Jeff Green's a terrible.
Do they still got Channing Frye?
No.
If they do, I don't care.
No, they traded him in that.
Amon Shumpert's gone.
In one of those deals for George Hill
yeah. No, you're right.
Clarkson.
Hey, it's all close now. 18.
They broke up the Cavs podcast by trading Channing Frye.
Oh, that's right. They did.
Yeah.
They did.
And Richard Jefferson. They traded Richard Jefferson too.
They ruined it. So this is.
But CJ McCollum has a podcast now.
He does. I was just talking about that the other day. Yeah. I'm pretty interested in that one. So today kind of confirmed my my stance that Nate McMillan's one of the most overlooked coaches for Coach of the Year.
Yep.
He has no buzz, and he will definitely not win the award. But I think it's ridiculous to say that he's not one of the best coaches this year. They were interviewing the Pacers GM after
Larry
the first
Bird?
quarter. No. And they asked, they're like, "Oh, what were your expectations for this season?" He goes, "Well, every year the owner asks us what we expect the team to do, like right before the season starts, blah, blah, blah. And he was talking about their front office and like everybody in the organization. He's like, honestly, not a single person gave an answer above 40 wins. He's like, we all had our team in the 30s. Like our own like self-appraisal was like, we all thought this was like a 30-something win team.
Very honest.
Yep. And then all of a sudden they're the 5 seed. They go into Cleveland and win game 1 by 18 points. Like they've done. If you look at the team, it's like Oladipo's playing really, really well. And then like honestly, like Miles Turner, like Lance Stevenson's playing well again. Like
Sabonis.
Yeah, but like everyone thought Sabonis sucked. That's why it was a throw-in in the Paul George trade. Like
he's
Sabonis,
all right. Actually.
Yeah, like everyone thought Sabonis was garbage, and like Nate McMillan's got that team playing really, really well. All that being said, I think the Cavs are still going to figure it out, and LeBron's still going to figure it out, I should say. Mm-hmm. And I think they're going to win that series, but I think it's going to take 7 games.
Yep, I got Cavs in 7 for no other reason other than LeBron.
Yeah,
Cavs in 6.
Cavs in 5.
Cavs in 5.
Is somebody keeping track of Gonzo's predictions?
No.
It's a pretty crazy prediction.
I'll write them down when we re-listen. When we re-listen.
We don't need that.
Let's not get into all that. I mean, there's the thing is, there's really no reason besides LeBron to say that the Cavs win the series. But like, what else do the Cavs do better besides having LeBron?
Kevin Love.
Sure.
They do Kevin Love better.
Dude,
they don't have a Kevin Love.
But it's not even like a mismatch because of how well Sabonis is playing.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like they're killing them at the 4 even. So their only other advantage position is a slight one.
Why has Oladipo been moved so much?
Oh,
I think
He got traded twice, right? Is he a knucklehead?
I think he's a knucklehead.
No, he's not a knucklehead. I think that
He's not a knucklehead.
Oh, Johnny said he's not a knucklehead.
Not a knucklehead. I just don't think he's been put in the right position. Now that he's in the right position.
Yeah, the first trade was a little confusing. The second one was super obvious because it got Paul George on your team. So.
Fair enough.
What was the first one?
That was where he went from the Magic to the Thunder initially.
Was he playing under Frank Vogel? Because that had a little bit to do with it.
No, it
was
Orlando.
Before Frank, wasn't it?
I think it was the beginning of the Frank Vogel era.
Okay.
So
Which very disappointing. Frank Vogel era.
So
they just don't
Frank
have
Vogel.
players.
Hey guys, Fatty Felton just tucked into the game.
Yeah, but Frank Vogel, I had nice. I had high hopes for Frank Vogel.
yeah,
I thought he was a solid NBA coach.
I'm pretty sure that's just Joe from Impractical Jokers.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I thought Frank Vogel was a good coach during the time when Indiana would bump into the Cavs every year in the playoffs. That time period.
Back when the Hawks were a thing.
And Roy Hibbert was good.
Ooh, don't get Johnny going on Josh Smith.
And Roy Hibbert could actually play basketball. That was crazy.
Roy Hibbert, very short-lived.
That wasn't that long ago, but it feels like a million years ago.
Yeah.
Like that team was, man.
Is Joe Johnson playing? Is he hurt?
Utah?
Joe Johnson. I thought Joe Johnson's definitely hurt, but I think I'm pretty sure he's like on a team.
Okay.
He might be on Miami.
No, he's on Utah, but I didn't know if he was playing.
Yeah, I think he's still injured. But yeah, anything else for the Pacers Cavs series?
No.
Okay, let's move on.
LeBron will come back. LeBron will come back and do his thing, and it's just such a sad team he's got around him.
Yeah,
he'll still win the East, but
I'm not as sold on that.
Yeah,
I'm not as sold on that. But yeah,
they always lose.
Oh, Joe
they
Johnson.
Always lose a game one.
Joe Johnson, Houston Rockets.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
He's also 36 years old.
Is he active?
Yeah, he plays shooting guard and small forward for the Houston
But
Rockets.
is he hurt?
He wears number 7.
Yeah, when's the last time he played in a game?
Yeah. Dude, if they have Joe Johnson randomly, Houston's a lot better.
4-11. He played 29 minutes and had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists against Sacramento.
He did not play well in that game.
What happened, Joe?
Yeah, he was
he's 36.
He was 2 for 10 from the field. Had a bad game there.
Let's see. His most
Carter's 40.
His most recent game that he did well in was he played Phoenix on March 30th,
That
and
don't count.
he had 16 points, 6
Phoenix.
rebounds, and 3 assists.
That's like beating a G League team.
Other than that, he's been in single figures, with the exception of playing Chicago.
So again, I mean,
for the past month.
Come on.
That's not good.
Yeah. So moving on to Utah versus Oklahoma City, one of the most objectively interesting series, I believe, in the first round. That game, yeah, we're currently first quarter tied up at the end of the first. Utah and OKC. I think that this series is really, really interesting because I think Oklahoma City has the 2 best players in the series, and I also don't know that they're even favorites to win the series.
In my mind.
I think in Vegas. I think this was the closest series in Vegas.
Really?
It was about a coin flip. Yeah.
Huh?
It was like -110 to +105 or something like that.
Utah in 7.
Utah in 7. For me, it's in 7. I have waffled back and forth on which team I think wins in 7. My only thought is that series that goes 7, typically the home team wins. So my gut currently is OKC in 7.
Thunder in 6.
Thunder in 6. This guy's fucking wild.
I'm just,
That's not that wild.
I got Thunder in 6 as well.
Thunder in 6 as well.
I was gonna go
Thunder
for
are way better talent-wise than the.
They are, but
but the Jazz play really well as a team.
Well, they're not that. Like, I mean, you take away the big 3, I get the big 4. Like, there are a lot of question marks.
With the Thunder?
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got Steven Adams, very underrated. Steven Adams one of the best.
Steven Adams is really good.
He's really good.
And then you got those 3 guys, man.
Yeah, but think about the Thunder's bench. The Thunder's bench is ass.
Yeah.
They do. They also start Corey Brewer.
Yeah,
and
Alex
Don Mitchell
Jabroni is like your...
Yep.
Don Mitchell's on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Big Don Mitchell.
Shout out to Don.
Yeah.
Hey, but yeah, Corey Brewer starts in the NBA still.
Yeah,
not
I
Ronnie.
know.
Not Ronnie.
Because Roberson's out.
Yep.
I think the Jazz are sneaky good.
The Jazz are just pretty good. Yeah.
Go Jazz, baby.
Rudy Gobert down low.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna give
soft.
Steven Adams all he's got.
Yeah. I think that matchup slightly favors Oklahoma City, which is another reason I lean OKC in 7. Because Rudy Gobert typically is like a shutdown guy, and you can shut down Steven Adams. That's fine. Like that's not really, that's not really a big deal. Like Steven Adams is kind of okay with that as long as like his other guys are still going.
He'll
He's
still
not,
get a dunk if he's open. So.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I
That's
meant like
usually
more
what he
so
does.
for rebounding.
sure, and Steven Adams will give him a fight on that end too.
Yeah.
So he'll get his as much as as much as Rudy will. So it's probably one of Utah's like top 2 guys, and the strength's kind of negated.
Gonzo, you want to talk about Joe Ingles?
Fuck Joe Ingles.
So he starts as well. Ricky Rubio has played
Ricky
really
Rubio,
really
what a
well
hunk.
here.
He's got that sexy slick back hair. He looks like Salt Bay out there.
Yeah, he does. Ricky Rubio's a handsome devil out there.
He is
actually.
Looking
Yeah.
good. I didn't know how good that long
Yeah.
hair was. Oh man.
Yeah, when he busted that out at the beginning.
But
At the beginning of the season, when I saw that, I was like, Ricky Rubio's a fucking hunk. Oh my god.
This is a sexy man.
Yeah, that is a
I
sexy
have to
man.
pull my hair back before
Yeah.
a game.
Oh.
It's all a drink of water. No, Rubio's playing well though. Seriously, he's playing really good for Utah.
Yeah, he's done well. I think that's another trade that kind of worked out for both teams.
I like
Rubio.
Derek Favors too. I mean, he's nothing exceptional, but
The big body.
big body, can
big
rebound,
boy.
play defense.
He's a big body that has some skill as well. He's got a little bit of touch around the hoop.
And they got Marvin's room still, right?
Oh no, they don't have Marvin's room.
They don't?
No.
Where's Marvin's room?
He starts for Charlotte.
Yeah, he's in Charlotte. He's been in there for like 2 years.
Oh.
But
He's been there for a minute.
he's done it for a
I don't
couple
pay
years.
attention to the Jazz.
But I thought you paid attention to Marvin though. If you shout him out individually.
I know.
Yeah, I think this is another one. The Jazz bench has kind of recently improved too. Dante Exum's played well for them since returning.
Throw up that X.
Go Jazz, baby.
Go Jazz, baby!
Jay Crowder seems to have kind of found a little bit of mojo again in Utah. It's just
Is Crowder Johnny Fishsticks? Where once he gets
He's
traded
gotta-
and he plays on a new team, he's
Well,
like, I'm really good.
well, it was the opposite though. 'Cause he was terrible after getting traded to Boston. Or Cleveland. He sucked in Cleveland.
I thought he was pretty decent to start off, though.
Nah, he's pretty bad from the get go.
Oh, okay.
He was really good in Boston though, because
Yep.
Brad Stevens.
Right. But guys, so these are the 5 people that have played off the bench for Oklahoma City thus far. Raymond Felton.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah,
No,
Raymond
never
Felton.
mind.
Go ahead. Guess the other 4. I gave because
Alex Sabrinas.
I'll say because Gonzo said Fatty Felton checked in, so that was a freebie.
Alex
Yeah.
Sabrinas.
Correct.
Terrence Ferguson.
Yep.
It's turd.
Turd Ferguson.
Jeremy Grant.
Yep.
Jeremy Lamb.
And the last one. Hold on, let me think.
Which team is Pat Patterson on that?
Pat Patterson.
Ding,
There it
ding,
is.
ding. There it is. That's a squad right
Joke's
there.
on you guys. We both played with the Thunder in 2K before you guys got here.
That is the
Trey
bench
still
unit.
didn't know, though.
No, I know. Dude, I got 4 of them.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I just couldn't think of the last one, and I was about to get it.
So that is their
And
bench.
I knew that before we played 2K. Damn
Yeah,
it.
that is a super trash bench though.
That
So
is-
for Trey's
Hold
side
on,
of the
Pat
argument.
Patterson is the
Washed.
first Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, I was gonna say
What?
Pat Patterson.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
crossover episode. Little crossover Jabroni wrestling episode there.
Shouts out Jabroni Wrestling.
Yeah. But But that's an atrocious bench. That's really, 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 really bad.
Really ass bench.
Yeah, that's horrendous. I'm still going to stick with OKC in 7, though, just because I think that it's just too much high-end star power to lose a series.
I
think one of those teams can get easier like when you have to get tough buckets late. I think one of those teams can, and one of those teams cannot.
Do you guys think Carmelo, if there is a Game 7, will bust out the hoodie?
Oh my God, I forgot Carmelo's on the Thunder.
Do you think he'll bust out the hoodie though for Game 7?
Carmelo is so irrelevant now. I forgot that he existed.
Carmelo isn't that irrelevant.
Carmelo's pretty irrelevant.
He's not that. He is. He'll show up. It's playoffs.
Yeah, it's Hoodie Mello, man. He's going to show people how much of a mistake they made by not electing him into the USA basketball.
I did the hoodie thing for a while because Mello was doing it. He said it keeps him focused on what's ahead, and I tried it out. Yeah, it keeps you focused on what's ahead. I like.
You got some stats over there for me?
Don Mitchell's going to have a big series.
Don Mitchell.
Here's your boy, your guy's boy, Carmelo Anthony. Here's the season Mello had this year. Okay. Played 78 games.
All right, that's pretty good.
He played 32 minutes. Played 32 minutes per game.
Wow.
He averaged 15 field goal attempts per night, and shot a cool 40.4% on those 15 attempts.
I mean, he's probably shooting a lot of threes.
He also shot 6.1 threes per game, and made those at a very mediocre 35% clip.
You know what?
He averaged.
Some guys.
He averaged 5.8 rebounds, and this is incredible. In 32 minutes a game, he averaged 1.3 assists per game.
Well, that's not Melo's game. Come on.
That is spectacular. That's hard to do.
Points?
16.2.
That's about what I expected behind.
A very inefficient 16 a game.
Behind Westbrook.
Like a really, really poor, like on 15 shots, 16 points a game. That's bad. Like if someone else was doing that, you'd be like, this guy sucks.
He's making a transition to being a spot up shooter, and it's.
Well, he should make the shots then.
Why don't no?
He's not used to it yet.
My argument
Johnny loves Melo.
He's not used to catch and shoot. He always shoots off the dribble.
No, that's
why isn't Melo being used more as a 6 man?
Because Melo didn't want to come off the bench.
Well, tough.
Yeah, that's my thought
I
there.
agree. He should be 6 man.
Because then he could just run shit with the fucking bench mob.
Yep, they asked him, and he said he did not want to come off the bench, which I think is ridiculous.
And then they could have Rasul
Classic Melo, though.
Still have him in crunch time.
Classic Melo behavior.
Yep. Yeah, so I think Billy Donovan's too weak of a coach to basically say, like, no, you're coming off the bench. Yeah.
That's the biggest mistake with Melo. Melo should just be a guy... Just like Jamal Crawford now, like goes out there and just like, hey, we're gonna score a ton of points, and if I'm hot, I'm gonna play down the stretch.
I think they should play Melo down the stretch, but also
they have to. But
if he's
playing
also
like
have
shit.
him beat 6 men. Just come in with the subs. I don't know why he doesn't want
to. The lineup would be way more balanced if he was coming off the bench for sure. And you started like Ferguson or Grant instead. I think,
and then still have him come in at crunch time.
Yeah.
I don't understand what he's like that.
I think it's a huge miss for them.
That's what they got to do.
Anything else on Utah OKC before we move on to the final series here?
No.
All right.
Nope.
So, last series for Game 1 tips off tonight, Sunday night.
Game 7. Game 1.
Features the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Houston Rockets. Minnesota making their first playoff appearance since, 2001? Something like that? 2004 maybe? It's been a while, suffice to say. They clinched their spot with a very entertaining win over Denver in the winner go home, game 82.
83.
Yes, we beat Denver. Fuck, we have to play Houston.
And their reward for that is a matchup with the 65-17 Houston Rockets.
Do you think Tibbs has seen the light of day since
Tibbs
the
is going to have
ended?
a heart attack this series. Tibbs is not going to be the coach next year.
Tibbs might not make it to halftime of Game 1.
Tibbs probably flew after the Denver game. Were they in Denver or
they were at home.
Okay, so he probably flew from Minnesota to fucking Houston, and it's just been locked in her office somewhere watching game tape on James Harden.
Houston in 4.
I'll go Houston in 5.
I'm going Houston in 7.
Oh my God, you are a maniac over there.
Yeah, I think Tibbs is gonna get a little
shoot
trouble.
from the hip.
Yep, we got hot take.
Hey, not to change the subject, but I saw a tweet last night that was amazing. I mean, this will never happen, But if you take your pants off,
loosen on the belt a little bit.
We're getting really comfortable.
It said, just realized if LeBron and Paul George go to Houston this offseason. Do you see this?
Yeah.
The starting lineup first names would be Chris, Paul, LeBron, James. Starting lineup last names would be Paul, George, James, Harden. Stay woke, fam.
Yeah.
Stay woke.
I don't know how you get there. I don't know how you make that work remotely with money. But I did see that tweet. That's
Somebody
a really
just
good tweet.
slipped me an edible. Like what?
But
It's
anyways,
crazy.
sorry, go ahead. I just forgot about that.
no, but I think it's going to be 5, and I think it's going to be a hard-fought 5 because Minnesota has actually some of the pieces that can create hard matchups for.
Isn't Yimmy back?
Jimmy's back.
Yeah, he's back.
So I think you throw Jimmy at Harden a lot of the time. I think Karl Anthony Towns can get his still, basically. Like, Clint Capella's not going to shut him down.
Shut him down.
I got Rockets in 5.
Yeah.
I forgot to say it earlier.
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, I got 5, but I think it's gonna be a hard fought 5. I think it might be 5 with like an overtime win in there or something.
Do you have your hood up because we talked about Carmelo?
Yes.
No, I missed that.
Never forget Hoodie Mello.
Never forget.
Still looks like ET.
Because
I don't have it all the way down.
not all the way down. Nothing.
Now you look like a Jedi.
Sweet.
Sith Lord.
Awesome.
Jimmy looked good in that last game too.
Jimmy looked really good.
He really kind of was the reason why they won.
Yep, he looked fresh. Andrew Wiggins was big down the stretch. Actually, that was one of his better games.
Towns
in a while.
hit a 3 at the end, right?
Yep, Towns played really, really well. It's a really talented 8 seed. It's just a really good 1 seed as well.
Well, they did have Jimmy go out for a little bit, so I mean.
Oh yeah, Jimmy missed a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
When Jimmy got hurt, they were the 3 seed. Which is why I think that this could be a more competitive series than the Vegas lines would indicate. Houston's an 11-point favorite for tonight.
Who's their starting point guard?
Jeff Teague.
And he had a good game too. Last game, I was really surprised.
Had a big floater, played some good. He's been bad for them though in general. I know Minnesota fans are pretty frustrated by him.
You know who's playing good for Minnesota? I forget how to pronounce his last name, but it's like Hazonia.
Hazonia?
You mean Belitza?
Belitza.
That one?
Belitza, yeah.
Hazonia is Super Mario.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
No, Nemanja Belitza.
Belitza, yeah.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
No, he's been playing good for them.
Nemanja Belitza.
What is he, though?
He's like a stretch forward.
What is he? He's a person that plays basketball for the
I wanted to know
Timberwolves.
his position.
What is one of those? How
To
do
be
get
fair,
that?
I completely screwed up his name.
Yeah.
Wait, who does Belitza play for?
Belitza. You're thinking Hazonia, right? You're thinking
I don't know.
Hazonia.
Hazonia, Eastern European guys all
Hazonia
blend
plays
together.
for the Magic.
I'm from Turkey. I don't know.
Is it Nurkic or Jokic? I don't know what I'm doing.
I want to be good, just like the Turkish delights. Omira Sheik.
I'm from Turkey. I don't know.
Omir Sheiks, that's the hottest screens.
But yeah, no, Belitza has been solid this year, shooting over 41% from threes.
Shit.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's
Can I see him? Is he a handsome fella?
Hold on.
going on?
Is he a handsome fellow? Are you a married fella? I mean, I guess he's a guy. He's a white guy who looks like a white guy.
I haven't seen that name pop up in 2K. Is basically what I was.
Let's talk about weed in sports.
But
That's the next segment.
yeah, we're getting there. Hold on. Yeah, like I said, I hope it's a better series. But I think it's probably a 5-gamer, and the Rockets just have a lot of weapons, and they're really clicking this year. They're well coached. This is like D'Antoni's revenge tour. So I think the NBA is going to have to deal with them now. Harden, MVP, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Clint Capella's had a fantastic season for them.
I like Clint Capella.
Averaging a double-double. Eric Gordon, they can throw at you. Ryan Anderson, I think is going to be available for the post at some point. I know he's been out with an ankle injury. Yeah, I think he'll be available at some point.
That's the thing. Minnesota can play D, but so many weapons.
The Rockets can just throw a lot at you. And the Luc Richard and Bob Mute injury might hurt a little bit for Houston. He got hurt in that meaningless game where 75-year-old Andre Ingram went off for Los Angeles.
Yo,
that's 63.
That shit was
That was dope, though.
It was, though. It was. No, it was. But like they showed the picture, and they're like 32-year-old rookie. And I looked at him, I was like, that guy's not 32.
No, his hair was white as fuck.
It was so white.
Like his hair was just salt. It was not salt and pepper.
His first shot was so ugly, but it
all of that's his shot though.
just
Did
went
you look?
in.
That's his form.
And I was like,
Dude,
what?
I don't think he's strong enough to have a good shot.
I watched, and this was
He was not
hey,
bad.
low key.
But
He like pushes it, yeah. And then he like leans towards it, like he's like willing the ball into the basket.
Yeah.
But I watched a D-League 3-point contest that night. It was the finals was him versus Jimmer Fredette.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Who won that?
Andre Ingram killed him. Andre Ingram hit like 13 in a row at one point. It was fucking crazy. I was watching it, and it was like, damn. Andre Ingram was balling out. So It was a cool story. I mean, it's something for a team that has no hope at that point in the season to do, I guess.
That is a great Saturday night. Watching the NBA D-League
three-point contest.
Couple of brewskis.
Not last night. I did it the night he went off.
Okay.
I did it the night he snapped. I did it that. It was like a Tuesday. That is a pretty good Tuesday
night
for me.
on a Tuesday.
That is a pretty good Tuesday night for me, actually. It'd be a pretty solid Thursday or Friday some weeks.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't joking. I mean, that's a good night.
That's up there. That's like in my upper 20% of activities. But, Andre Ingram, man, that was a cool story. That was pretty neat. And then, like I said, Bucks won a coin flip, so they kept their pick. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Oh, they kept the pick.
The Bucks pick was protected. I mean, it was, protected outside of, it wasn't protected until, 16, basically.
It was coin flip protected?
No.
They flipped a coin for real?
Because they had, on my life, they flipped a coin, Because the Bucks were either going to be 16 or 17. If it was 16, the pick went to Phoenix for the Bledsoe deal. If it was 17, they kept it. So the Bucks lost the coin flip, but they kept the pick because they lost, so they had the lower pick. So Miami got 16, Bucks got 17, but the Bucks kept the pick.
Wow.
Yeah. The Bulls won their.
They don't have to give up a pick next year, do they?
They might. Its protections are similar again next year. The Bulls won their coin flip as well. So the Bulls prior to the lottery, the Bulls are officially the number 6 pick. So if the lottery stayed the same and 1, 2, 3 actually got 1, 2, 3, the Bulls would pick 6th. They have the same percentage odds as Sacramento, but unless Sacramento jumps them, the Bulls pick ahead of them. So
Sacramento will probably jump them.
Oh shit!
Losing it.
You guys got to fill in for me here. I lost.
I think the Bulls might pick Colin Sexton. What do you know about Colin Sexton?
Is it Richie Sexton's kid?
No. I think I just tinkled a little.
Fair guess, though, right? Pretty good guess.
It's been a long time since we took a break. No, Colin Sexton or Jaren Jackson.
Your mic's good. It was for your headphones.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Your headphones gone?
All right. I had to turn on my headphones.
Turn my headphones up.
I'm pretty sure you plugged them into the wrong outlet, though. But you don't need your headphones.
Was that where was it plugged in?
It's
no, it's cool. It's cool.
Should we take a break and then come back and talk about weed and sports?
Talk about weed and sports? Yeah. We can always talk about weed and sports.
I actually have to go.
What time are we at?
6:13.
No, time-wise.
Oh, because I can totally read that from here.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're like an hour and a half anyways.
Yeah, that's good. I'm good. All right, signing out.
Any bigger predictions, too? Any, last words, last thoughts?
Bang, bang.
Sure bet.
Sure bet.
Sure bet.
Sure bet. All right, so for Jabroni Sports, I am AJ Firstenau. I was joined by Gonzo, Trey Montuano, and Johnny Montuano. See y'all in a couple weeks.